Hello everyone, this is Rex Red. I am back with another tutorial, and I have not been live for a while because I have been working with a lot of my previous. I've been going back over all of my artwork and trying to fix certain problems, and and so this has been quite an effort to go back, and in the process of fixing a lot of my artwork, I have been kind of deep diving into a learning experience with Daz Studios. So we're gonna see how this works now. This looks like there's no snow beyond here. Okay, we've got to take and go into Iray and see what we have here. I'm hoping this snow, that there's snow over here, that I can just expand. See, what I'm trying to do, I normally render my files at a 5:4 ratio, and what I'm doing is going back through all my, oh good, there is snow. So this is ready pretty much to just render here into, now what is this? Some kind of water thing. Maybe I'll just leave it. It's okay there. Um, yeah, I've been, as you can see, 16:9. It requires that I widen the camera quite considerably, and in doing so, it requires that there is actual content over here on the right, and that it's not just empty. And so I have, in doing this, okay, now, so going back over my scenes where I open the scene, it takes a while to open a scene, and then, okay, these guys, this all looks like it could be ready to just render, and that is like a dream come true when it comes to this process, because normally some of them take me an entire day to finagle the scene back into some realism. And then I've been going back over the scene, like at this point, like getting up close to these characters and seeing whether if they have any real problems. Because a lot of this was made when here we go. A lot of this was made way back when I was just learning how to use the program. And so, okay, this looks like it has, okay, let's get to their faces and see what we've got here. All right, these look fine right here. Now, their hair is supposed to be wet. It takes a little bit longer to render. So technically, all I'm going to do is, with this one, it looks like they are just ready to render. Is to click render and then let it render for X amount of time. Now this scene, I have to look because there have been, so what's going to happen is when I come back from all of this, I will have learned a ton of stuff. Okay, and so you're going to see me use Daz Studio in a completely different, now ultrascene and ultrascene water. This is very strange here that I've used ultrascene, because I don't remember ultrascene having snow. So I'm not really sure where this snow and all came. Oh, it's just the ultrascene water that I have used here. I haven't used anything else, just the spa water. Okay, so Ultracine has really nice water, by the way, people. So, all right. So I'm just going to click. Well, I have to look at progressive render. We want maximum samples. So we're going to crank on that a little bit here. How about if we try this with spectral rendering on and see what it looks like? Spectral rendering, and I have to think about what that. Okay, that changes like the way it interprets the scene and the color. And now I don't see any body hair on these guys. Yeah, he's got body hair. All right, so it's very fine, but it will show up. Okay, here's a little thing here now. Not to focus in on, sexual things, but it's not my tendency to do that. And look, this hair is quite strong here. I think what I'm going to do is change his body hair to a different kind. See, so once I get started on this, I start looking and saying, oh, I could do this a little bit better. Now, which one is which? Which one is Michael and which one is Thomas? Thomas, okay. Thomas is in the back, Michael is in the front. So we're going to open up Michael and we're going to get rid of this chest hair from abdominal. Look at this. I've got 2 neck chest hair. Okay, so that's what the difference is. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this hair here. And this is for Michael 8.1. So we're going to go here, and I've been learning how to use products better. He almost looks better without any hair. Now, so we're going to go here, and we're going to go to body hair. One tip is you have to pick, when you have a product that you use a lot, you have to find a, body. You have to find keywords that bring it up, okay? And this is right now, the very best body hair that you can have is this product, this Genesis 8 male body hair. I think it comes with the Genesis 8 figure. I'm not sure. You might have to actually buy it, but well, you have to buy it with the Genesis 8.1 figure. I don't think the 8.1 figure comes free. Maybe parts of it do. Michael 8.1 doesn't. Okay. So what you do is you just click on this body and it does the whole thing, puts it all over his body, and it's actually very discreet. Excuse me. It's a very nice hair. Now, once you put it on, it says it's going to put on the arms, the chest, the legs. The only thing it doesn't have is armpit hair, which is really terrible because you have to find something to stick there if their arm is up in the air, like if they're a dancer or something. Okay, it doesn't show unless it's in a render. Okay, now what's bothering me right now is his nipples. He doesn't have any. See, they're just flat. Okay, so just not to draw attention to this, but when I see this, it looks and says, well, he's got the circle for it, but he just doesn't have any, okay? And you just go in here to size, nipple size, and bring them up a little bit like this. And, oh, that's a little too much. Somewhere about 1/3 of the way. So that there's something actually protruding there and not a flat thing, you know? Okay, the hair is going to kind of subdue that. All right, so that's your tip for making them more realistic in the front there. Okay, so now, okay, what have I done here? I think I've moved my camera. Okay, edit. Oh, shoot. Okay. Where's my camera? Okay, I'm going to have to move my camera back into the scene in the right place, I guess. This really sucks when I do this. Okay, we're going to pull back a little more, pull up a little more. I've really messed up my camera view. Okay. And there was a little light down. Okay, there's the light. Okay, let's see what we got here. This looks good. All right, now about the body hair there. There's a way to go in here to. Is it right here? Yeah, and where it goes simulation preview hairs. And so you can turn this on. This is only in, uh, what do you call it? It's only in preview hairs on. In texture shaded mode that this shows up. Now I'm not gonna fall for this thing. Okay, there was something I thought over here, but maybe not. We're just gonna put a little bit of that light there. Okay, this is all good, I guess. So this scene took me forever. I had to add this tree. I had to add this mountain way in the back, and make sure there was snow on it. The water was odd. I had to add the steam, and these are little planes. I actually now have real steam, but I'm not going to mess with that now. This scene is done. I'll work with new products in new scenes. Okay, when they come out. Okay, what's going on? What did I just do? This has got to come up a little more. There's something way back here. Okay, here we go. Over here. What a mess. What a mess. Okay, okay. I don't know what I'm doing here. These guys have got to be in the center. So we got to pull this over like this. So they're in the center of the scene. Okay. I guess that's going to do it. You know, the whole having my camera moved like this was just a terrible thing to have happen. All right, this is my light here. Now, looks like he doesn't have hair, but he does. Okay, so now what we're going to do is save as, file, save as, scene. And I'm going to call this Spa Mountain, S-P-A. Spa Mountain wide. This is widescreen. Spa Mountain wide. Don't save over the other piece of art, okay? Save it with the new name. Spa Mountain wide. Now okay, so we're going to go to render settings, render mode. Now, I don't have to render this really, really large because I'm going to let it render for a while, long enough, and hopefully maybe this might render really quick. I'm not sure if it will, but this might render really quick. So let's see about, okay, make sure everything is here. Spectral rendering, let's turn that off. And then it'll render quicker. We got caustic sampler is off. Render mode. Now I've learned a thing about maximum path length. A lot of people like to set it at 10, and that's for how far the light travels from its source. So the larger you send it, the further the light will travel from its source. And -1, I'm not sure. It could be actually infinite. So setting it at 10 actually limits the light. I'm not positive about that, but minus, I'm not sure what a -1 setting is. 1 would be a certain amount of distance, and 2, 3, 4, 5, but -1 may actually be infinite, where it just says, let the light just travel as far as it, wants to. Don't limit it, actually. And I had this explained like if you put an object in the center and put two mirrors, that the object will if you set it like for 4, then you'll see like 8 reflections of the mirror going inside the mirror. But if you set it for like 10, then you'll see 10, it'll keep reflecting deeper and deeper. And if you set it for, 50, then you'll see 50. That's the idea about it. So, all right. So I think we're gonna see it when we do our first render here. I forgot to set it down. I think I've got it at 10,000. I might need it. Let me see how quickly things actually start to render. I might need 10,000, but the thing is I've been so busy at this that I yeah, okay, these are going quite slowly now. Well, they're not completely that slow. They're about every 2 seconds. And we're going to get to see the hair and how that's working out. See, and this is fairly nice. It's not too bad. It will render better, but it's quick, and it's something that can just be put on really quick and be done with. Now the guy in behind, he's got the same problem with his nipples, and also his he doesn't have any body hair on his arms. And what's nice about this hair is you can change it so much. You can change it to your liking. The more this renders, the more natural it really looks. It lays against their arm. It doesn't stick out like each hair sticking out like a porcupine kind of thing, like some hair does. Some hair products do. So it's really nice. It's gonna work. All right, so I'm gonna take and render this. I only have to really have it um, at 1920 by at 3840 by 2160 resolution. So there is an argument for rendering it at see, the color is there for the nipple, but just the protrusion itself is not, and that's doesn't look good if you don't do that. So all right, now we're going to click on, we have Thomas in the back. Well, let's go to Thomas. Let's go to this nipple thing and find the nipple size and bring it up to about 1/3. Okay, there's that. That's done. Okay, let's save this. And now Thomas, all Thomas needs is some arm hair. Let's put some arm hair on him. Make sure it's here. Okay, Thomas, body. Okay, we'll leave a male body. Okay, all right, it's here. What did we give him? Okay, arm hair, torso hair. He does have torso, but he doesn't have, okay, torso hair. Wet hair. Let's see what he's got. Leon goatee. All right. So now we're going to go to our render settings, and we're going to set this back down to 3840. and so it doesn't render so large. Because if I just leave it rendering forever, kind of thing, I'll get pretty close to the same results than if I were to render it really at a very, very high resolution. So let's see what this is now. So we should see arm hair on him as well now. Okay, so it's just at, you say, okay, well, it doesn't really need it. Without it, you look and say, oh my gosh, they don't even have one single hair on their body, on their chest or arms, And with it, you might say, okay, well, there's just too much. But the thing is that as this renders down, it will, and you can go in and just you can make it more sparse. And when you slide the slider, that just every like third hair disappears, and the more you slide it, the more disappear from it. You can change the length, you can change the color. They both have dark hair, so we have we don't have a reason to change it in that way. The very this is very beautiful. The look. These characters are they're doing well. I gave them. They have it's called flushed. They have like little red flush on their face. It's kind of appropriate. Their skin kind of looks a little cold. The lighting is really kind of really done well. Now as you can see, these little specks and all, they have to go away before before I can consider this actually rendered. So now I remember I put lights up in here, and I don't see them here now. Male body. So there's not much I can do. This is already at 233 iterations. So this could theoretically be done in the next 10 minutes. And so I would have to talk through 10 minutes until this is finished. And this is why I have not been online, because I've been doing this rendering. And what I'll do is I'll look this all over, and then I'll get, to a point and say, oh my gosh, look at that rock. It's standing in the wrong place or something. And so I will come through, I'll go back and fix it. And these branches here look like, I'm not sure that they have sub D on them. That would be something that I possibly would fix to give them a little bit more like roundness to these areas, these little kind of areas that look really kind of broken almost. But I'm not going to do that. Yeah, this now you can see the hair is now I'm thinking I need to stop this and do some, because their arms look like they're kind of twins. And now you can see there's an actual protrusion there. All right, so we're going to cancel this. Yes. And I'm just going to take the hair down a little bit on this guy's arm here, on one of them, so that this is our Genesis Michael 8, and this is the arm hair arms, and we go through here, and I believe this is in surfaces. Yes, editor, arm hair. Down at the bottom there's something called look at all of the different parameters. It's like people think I could never learn how to use this, but all of the parameters are here, and over time you scroll down and say, well, where is that parameter? And as you're going through, you read all of the different things and you say, oh, Okay, this is generated hair scale. Okay, frizz seed, frizz tip amount, frizz base amount. Now just think about all of these random angles. So I can change the angles and the yaw angle and the roll angle of the hair growing from his arm. Okay, reduce length amount. Okay, so we're going to reduce this. Okay, see, I have to be, okay, the camera needs to be locked if I haven't already locked it. And I wanted to look at lights, also camera. Okay, edit. Object. Lock. Lock selected. Okay, camera's locked. Now these, I think these are my, these branches here. Branches. Now I'm going to save this. This is either going to ruin something or it's already there. Edit, object, geometry, convert. Okay, no, they were not converted to sub D. So now those branches should look a little better. What is this? What is that? Oh, those are trees. We're not going to put sub D on that. Okay, now I thought I had a light up in this little kind of A-frame here, and I don't see one now, and it could be actually a something hidden here. Bollard. No. Spotlight. Okay, now that's what I'm looking for is a ghost light, because my ghost lights don't work anymore. They changed the program so that they don't work anymore. So we do not have ghost lights. So if I had any ghost lights in my old scenes and then I open them up in DAZ, they're dark, because the new version of DAZ doesn't. There's a way to go into the ghost lights and do something. Hey, Arc Fury, welcome. Yes, it is a winter scene, buddy. It is. We have a wonderful kind of chilly, cold winter scene. Yes, it is. So I'm just making sure that I don't have anything hidden here. But, see, I could put like a little light up here. Let's see, about a point light. Apply the default setting. Okay, and now on my point light here, let's bring it up. Okay, let's go to texture shade. I don't know if this is going to look good, but you know, usually if you just light certain dark areas of your scene, it's a good thing, because it just brings a little more detail out in your scene. Now, so it doesn't hurt to do that. Now, it's probably not going to have any effect until I turn the light up a little bit. So yes, thank you for the snowflake and the little blue heart. That was very thoughtful, and that's cute. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Ah. So yes, very much. It is like a honeymoon. Yes, you know what? And I was thinking maybe a little bottle of champagne inside the bucket. I don't think I have any ice. I don't think we need any ice, as long as we just have the champagne bottle kind of sitting in there. And maybe a couple of glasses here. They're celebrating. Okay, so you can see a little bit of light here. So let's go to the perspective view and let's click on this light and see if it's actually in the middle. It does look like it's in the middle, strangely, and it's in the middle of that. So if we bring it down a little bit, it is lighting this up. Now I don't see any kind of, oh look, you know, there is a light. Oh, that's light is shining down. See, I knew there was a light here. But it's really hard to kind of see that light. It doesn't appear to be doing anything here. It is lighting the deck, but it's pointing down. So this little light up here will add. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring a little bit more of the juice on the light. Okay, I can't select it now. We'll select it here. Welcome. Thank you very much for the like. Thank you very kindly. All right, so we're going to go 6 just to bring that up, and then we're going to also bring the temperature down so it's not like a white light, but it's kind of like a yellow light. And let's go back now to our camera view and see if we can actually see any kind of action going on up in there. It's still kind of dull, so we'll put a 2 here. And now it's still dull, so let's make that a 9, and that's going to be really bright maybe. Okay, it's not showing a lot, but it's showing enough. And I'll bring the temperature down, not that much. Well, actually, I'd kind of like it in the red field. So I think that's enough to just give that a little bit of illumination. All right, so the champagne, a wine bottle. A wine bottle. Let's see about all files. Okay, we're in a rendering, so let's click X. Let's put that in here in files. V, all files. Wine bottle, prop. I don't drink alcohol, but other people do, and I do drink non-alcohol, like spiced wine and stuff that doesn't have alcohol, things like that. So let's texture shaded. So I've set up a new hotkey for texture shading, so I don't always have to go and click on that now. Actually, it's already in the program. Okay, so we're going to go here, and we're going to go to our perspective view. Let's take me down to the wine bottle. We got to have it up high enough and so that it can be seen. Up. Like this, and like that, and like this. And then we'll just kind of set it off to the side a little bit like this. There. Okay. Now let's see if that's actually got like where the label is and all. Maybe we want to have the label kind of towards the front. All right. No, there's no, okay, props. Okay, let's explore product. Materials. All right, we got some different labels. Materials. Okay, materials. Let's go with this. Well, that didn't work. Surface. Let's try this. That didn't work either. How about this? This isn't working at all. Well, there we go. and the label. Okay, so we have the two different, we can change it to the yellow. I think the red is nice. Red wine. Okay, and then we can change the label a little bit. So, bring this up a little bit more so you can see the label. Let's see, I do have ice somewhere. Ice. I think I have like ice. Okay, where's the ice? Ice. It's underwater. Oh no. That's gonna be cold. All right. Still underwater. Ice. Okay. We have got to go into texture shaded mode. Okay, ice. Let's move you back. And over here. Ice. This is Iray ice. Over is just exactly what I needed. Ice. Back. Up. And we'll scale it. At what? Scale it a little bit. There's some big ice cubes. Okay, that worked. Now let's make sure we've got a material on the ice. There. That is good as well. Now, glasses. How about a couple of these? What we'll do is we'll get one of the glasses out here on the rocks, and then we'll okay, we're gonna the glass. Let's make sure it has an MDL. Okay, now let's go find our glass. That's underwater as well. Up. Okay, over here, up. Over. You know, this is all, once you learn the 3D world, it's like it's all up and over, and you know, kind of getting it, looking at it from different angles. You just get, it becomes first nature. You do it, just do it, you know, you do it all the time. That's the way it is. Okay, edit, duplicate, node hierarchy. And now there are two glasses. Okay, now let's go back to our camera view. And we've got a bottle of wine and some ice. Let's see what this looks like. And some glasses. And the glasses luckily already have the wine in them. I've spent like 4 hours just putting something in a glass that looked like milk for Santa. They were on these little tray, and the elves were leaving some cookies, and in the tray. All right, let's see. You can barely see it, but that's because this is small, but I do have to click on these little glasses and zoom in and make sure that they're right. Perspective view. Okay, they look like, this one looks like it's in the snow a little bit. And let's see if this one's... That's going to be some mighty cold wine. Chilled by Mother Nature. All right. Now what we should do is put a little spotlight on this just to light it up a little bit. Create a spotlight. It didn't ask me where I wanted to put it. Okay, spotlight 2. All right, up we go. Let's get out of texture shaded. Okay. And down. All right. We're just gonna put it in the middle here. And then we'll go back to our camera view. Go back to Iray. And we'll adjust the light in Iray. See what we got. Welcome, 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 beautiful people. All right. 3 whole subscribers. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. All right, so we're going to just put a little, we're going to make the temperature so that this area looks kind of warm instead of cold. And we'll give it a little bit more light so that it lights it up. 9. See if that works. It might need a little more. We'll give it a 4 in front of the 9. How about a little more? How about a 9 in front of the 9 instead of a 4? Okay, I think that's lit up enough. The towels now are looking awfully white, like white, white, white. So let's bring the temperature down a little more. Okay, and let's not light it quite so much. We'll go 2 in front of the 9. There we go. It's just to give it a little bit, it doesn't look like it did much, but it did. Now you can see those wine glasses standing out a little bit more. Iray presets. Let's make sure the glasses really got some Iray. Glass surface. And glass 3. So while I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things like this spotlight here. Just camera, spotlight 2. When I click on the spotlight, notice this spotlight here. Now when you go into parameters, you go down in through here. A very big one is this spread angle, okay? And when I go into texture shaded mode, notice that this spread angle that I can hone right in. Notice how the outside of it, they're very complex, like beam exponent and all of these different parts, width, and some of these have to do just simply with but this spread angle, this is a really good way to get a spotlight on somebody's face. And if you have 2 people and their faces are really kind of close together, it's a way to get the spotlight on their face without it spreading around to the person besides them, their face. So it's so if I wanted to just highlight, say, the glasses here, okay, then I can do the spread angle here. and just get the glasses, but then it's going to be a little bit laser focused. So you do want it to spread a little bit in this particular case. Now, but just remember this spread angle is very important. So then I go Edit, Duplicate, Node Hierarchy, and now I can put a light here on the wine. And there, just copied the light, okay? And now we can go back to my camera, and it should, now there are two lights there now, and they should save this. They should now give you both of them more specifically without hitting the towels. And it's like I've got other stuff on that tray, and you can't even see it because there's their towels there. All right, now we're going to go and work on their hair. Okay, perspective view again. Now let's take a look at the chest hair here. All right, now you can see that in these only show up in texture shaded mode. Okay, now his arm hair isn't showing up because you have to turn it on. So this male body hair that comes with Genesis 8.1 doesn't have a represent. It just has these little teeny lines. And if you come here and you scroll down to this, you can turn it on. And now you can see the hair. He has a different kind of hair on his chest. So we're only working with this particular hair. So now I'm going to leave his hair full like that. But this guy's hair, I'm going to make this a little more sparse, okay? So that they look different, so they don't look like they have the same exact arm hair. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go down to arms here, and there's this particular setting. It's in surfaces, male body hair, and it's, I think here, right in the top where it says something like it will random length, random amount. Okay, we don't, not going to mess with it, but you can change all kinds of stuff. The way frizz base amount. Okay, you're going to see generated hair scale. Okay, this is density. This is it. This is the one. So what you'll notice, his hair just slowly, like every third one, slightly disappears. Now we'll do the same thing with the chest hair. Hopefully it's right there at density, yeah. And we're just gonna make a little bit less so it doesn't look like a god-awful mess. Now his hair, leg hair, I don't know why I put it on his legs. You can't even see his legs in the water. Just one less thing the computer has to compute. We're gonna leave his hair on his arm in the guy, and the guy in the back, he has more have a hairy arm. It's kind of comforting that he's a little bit more kind of manly in the back. You have to make those decisions which of these what you want to do. Now it looks like he's still got a god awful amount of hair on the front, but it's not that bad. Now we could also take this arm hair here. Now he's got armpit hair. I'm just going to get rid of that armpit hair because I'm sure it doesn't look right. I'm bad at making armpit hair look right. So, okay, so we're going to go and just leave, he shaved his armpit today. But the thing is let's just do something different with his arm hair, body hair, arm. Okay, so that's him. Okay, let's just change the angle or the random something, random length seed. Let's change the seed so that different hairs are at different lengths. Okay, and the pitch angle. Okay, we're just and roll. You see now, this is what. Let's get up close and. So this is going so it's going to make his arm in yaw angle. See, we don't want the yaw angle up. Now this is dForce hair, so it's it's not supposed to touch each other. It's supposed to have enough sense to know, okay, see, you can really change the way his hair looks and the pitch angle. Okay, we don't want to bring it up like high in the air like that. Now let's make it a little curlier. Scraggliness. That's exactly what we're... All right. So, and let's, okay, let's do a little bit of scraggliness on the chest hair. Where's the scraggliness? All right. Okay. So, all right, save this. Now, I may have just ruined the whole picture. Here, let's see now. So let's go back now to our camera. And let's render this and see what it looks like. See if it just gives them enough of a difference, you know? Gosh, I look like a deer in headlights. This light is so bright. All right. I think, okay, that's about as warm as it's going to get. So let's see what it looks like now. I just don't want them to both look like they have the exact same hair, with each hair in the exact same place. And that's what they had. And maybe even unconsciously, your brain is counting all those hairs, saying, well, that's exactly the same hair on both of those guys' arms. How likely is that to happen? So, in nature, you know, nature does some strange things, but it doesn't do that. All right, so you're not going to be able to really see that until it starts to render, but in the final render, it will definitely be obvious that he's got different hair. Now, this doesn't look like a big giant clump in his chest now. It looks more discreet, and he does have a lot of arm hair, and that's actually very nice. It's kind of, like I said, like a comforting kind of thing, that he has more chest hair, more arm hair. So it looks like he's got a birthmark on his arm. It could quite possibly be a birthmark there. Some of these models just, yeah, you know, I just don't notice them. It could be a shadow, could be something there. I don't know what it is, but there's looks like there's something there, and it's okay. Um, So lately I've been working with like little beauty marks, putting little like a little mole like there, and the way you do that, the way you do moles is you have to take the image and bring it into Photoshop, and then you take a little black paintbrush and you put a little dot on their face right about on the image right about where you want it, because the image wraps around their body and around their head. And so you put a little mole on there right on the base image, and um, and then you bring that base image back in. You save it with a different name, like with the word edit after it. You don't save over the image, but it gives you the ability to put like a mole on a little beauty mark, like on their face. And sometimes they have them up by their eye, right under their eye. You know, sometimes they have them down here. Sometimes they have them right there, about there on their face, or right about here. Now, his rouge. Now you can see his arm hair is different now. Okay, so it's just that's, you know, it's those things. They're little things. Okay, but they're very important. Okay, they really are, like the little nipple bulging instead of being flat. It just doesn't look right when it's flat. Okay, so now the wine here doesn't look right. Okay, it looks, something doesn't look right in the wine. Okay, so I'm going to do something to fix that. I'm going to go in and fix these glasses and fix the wine. At least we have the object inside. It might be that the glasses are kind of frosted, or it's just not a good glass thing. So we're going to make them stand out better, okay? So cancel this. And now there was another thing. I want to check on this mole and see if that is indeed a mole. And the rouge on his face is too strong. Okay, it's too red. So we're just going to bring that down a little bit. Oh gosh. Two things. We got this wine. This looks okay. This does not. It looks like it's mulled wine or something. I don't know. So, but this, I'm really happy with the way the hair came out there. Okay, cancel this. We're going to do the rouge first. We were already up to 400 iterations, so it's not going to take a long time to render this. Close that. Okay. So the first thing, his rouge is okay. It's it's this guy, Thomas's rouge. Now, I added that rouge. It's on surfaces. You know, you have to go and find these textures in the character and all. You know, and at first it's really daunting having to find them. Thomas, why is this where's the rouge? Okay. It should show base cut Thomas for Michael 8 editor. All right, well, it's got to be here. Layered image editor. Cancel. What's up with this? Oh no, now it looks like we've done something really bad here. Okay, what did we do? Oh, see, he just went white. Edit, undo. All right, whatever that was not good. All right, Thomas. For some reason, our base image isn't showing up. Let's go image editor. Zoom to fit. All right, something is like really wrong here. Edit. Michael, let's see if Michael has an image. No, something is replaced these images and now they're like gone, and it's depending on a new image that it created and amalgamated out of the two. This is what happens when you reinstall DAZ on your computer. All right, I don't think I'm going to be able to fix his face like that. Now, what I could do, now this is Thomas for Michael 8-1. What I could do is just start over with him, with his skin. So let's see if we can find Thomas. All files here. See this one image that I thought, oh, I'm just going to come in and resize the picture and that's going to be it. Now you can see that it actually is a huge amount of work. Okay, we're going to go to materials. Thomas, full materials. Now it looks like Thomas already has this kind of rouge. But I know it's not because you can see it on that I've added it to the character Thomas. It doesn't look like, okay, it changed much. It did change. Well, okay, full material. Why isn't it showing me that he has a new image? Edit. Something is very strange here. It's supposed to show a base color and all these images that are up here. Let's try a different, let's give him, my favorite here is Bruce. Let's go to Bruce, materials. Something could be just really wrong with Thomas. Yeah, something's, now it just changed him, but it didn't give him, it's not showing any images here. So something, and they're not locked. Let's see what happens when we go to Iray. Yeah, something's wrong with this image, with this whole setup. And I don't think I'm going to be able to fix it. I'm just going to have to keep them the way they are and hopefully render it and be done. But they're supposed to show images here, and they're not here. Okay, so let's zoom in and see what he looks like. He may actually look better than he did. He probably does, because Bruce has some beautiful skin. Perspective view. Let's see what we got. Why is his... Okay, let's see. He may be a little too pink. I think I have this... Yes, see, he looks fine. The only thing... again, he's got hair, and he's got the... yeah, he looks better than he did. So, all right, so there we go. And it didn't disturb. All it did was got rid of that really red stuff on his face, which I could add it back, but I don't think it's going to matter because something's wrong with this base color. I think the base color I maybe edited his skin and created a new map, and that map is gone, and now the program doesn't know what to do without it, and so it's resorting to another. So what I'd like to do now, he appears to be reacting to the light a little bit strongly. Let's go to my spotlight here that I have on them, and let's just knock it down a little, a notch. He's kind of blowing out his face. Where are we? We're in the spotlight. We got the spotlight, and that would be in parameters. No. That's the spotlight. Oh, we have to select the spotlight. Where is the spotlight? Right there it is. Here and down. Lumens. Let's bring it down to 5. Now let's see, that's much better, but let's go to 7. How about 9? There we go. All right, let's save this. Now we've got a 1-to-1. Okay, this is my spotlight. Okay, camera. Save this again. Now let's see if we can get through. Oh, we got to fix the wine glasses. Okay, so let's see, wine glasses. Glass. And we go to now glass, surfaces, liquid, and furnitures. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to just change. I think this glass, we just change the glass, change it to glass, and I think that will do it. And then the liquid is the red stuff. Okay, so let's see, glass. Let's see if this works. Glass. Let's zoom in on our glass. Perspective. Take me to the glass. Can we fix the glass? Something's obviously wrong with the glass. It's not working right. How about this glass? Perfect. Well, let's see. It's showing up. And I don't have to fix the liquid. How about this one? Maybe something where the glass is a little more obvious. Yeah, that one, it shows it's not as clear. All right, well, that's just exactly what I wanted. Now, glass, let's go to editor, furnitures, and presets. Glass, where is it? Right there. Beautiful. Save it. See, you have to fix things. You have to fix stuff. Yeah, and it just takes a lot of, it looks like it's the same exact color that's in the wine glass. They must have used the same color for the liquid. Now they're going to you can you can't see them here, but in the final picture it's going to be full screen and all. You'll be able to see it. We'll be able to see it once I render it. Okay. I think that's it. Let's see now. We fixed the guy's face in the back. And there's another thing I want to fix here that I'm not really happy with. Okay, so we're going to go to back to perspective view. It's this guy's beard. It's I think Michael 1, Michael 8-1. Let's come in. Let's do something with this beard. Let's see if we can get him a better looking beard. All right. It's the way the bottom is sticking out so much. It's kind of like it just makes his mouth do something weird. It looks right in some situations, and in this particular situation, it's not looking right to my eyes. But this is a great beard. Look at how beautiful that beard is. So let's just turn it off, and let's try a different beard. Okay, I'm going to go to the beard boss. The beard boss. Hair. Okay, we're going to give him this. Oh, that's the wrong one. Edit, undo. All right, we got to select him. Okay, give him. This is going to look really atrocious when we first put it on. Okay. All right, snap in. Okay, well, it hardly looks like it's, yeah, see how atrocious it looks. Okay, now we're going to go to materials, and we're going to pick a nice dark, because his hair is pretty dark. That's streaks. And this is the blacks. Let's go with the black. We got to find the beard boss. Okay, we're going to make it so we can at least see it. All right, this looks like it's doing the same kind of thing, actually. All right, so, but we're going to mess with it. So, let's go to texture shaded mode. And let's go now to where's our beard boss? Here, parameters for beard boss. We're going to go down here into our parameters here. We're going to go, and we want the beard shorter. So we're going to bring it in like that, because we're going to bring in some, okay. We're going to bring in we're going to give him a mustache. Just a simple mustache. And we're going to give him a was a soul patch kind of thing. Messy. Trimmed neck, maybe. Trim that a little bit. And we're gonna some sideburns. They'll show a little bit. And about some of this a little bit there. And just kind of ignore that red patch. It's been turned way down. It's it's melded right into his Verdi. I think is one of these. No. 0. I thought that gave him a little soul patch. Unkept stubble. This is what we're looking for. A little bit of stubble. And ducktail. Goatee. Give him a little bit. Where is the chin curtain? Okay. Handlebar pencil. Okay, these are mustaches. Trimmed mustache. Chin strip. Dutch. Soul patch. Let's see if that works. If it doesn't, okay, camera. Now, let's save this. Now, did I turn the other one off? Or did I delete it? Hudson Beard. Quite sure I'm going to turn that off. So let's save this. And I can just do so much more with that other beard, this other beard setup. Just any kind of beard, just about. There are some that it doesn't have, but okay, let's see if this works now. We're gonna open this up. Bring this down a little bit. See if this looks better. Okay, you can render for me. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit more neater. What I can see so far. Yeah, it looks a little bit more sculpted. All right, I think we're ready. Now, his skin looks a little bit on the yellowish side. I think it's my light. I think my light might be too focused on him, and it might be too warm. So let's cancel this. I mean, it's not that bad. So he's got a little bit. He's got more olive skin than his friend. But where's my spotlight? Let's see how it's focused. Spotlight. Yeah, it does. What if I kind of focus it, move it a little bit more this way? And how warm is this? Yeah, it's quite warm. Let's bring it up. The way their skin is set up, depending on how I set it, it's going to be on how reflective it is. So save this. His skin can be more reflective than his. where his outer skin is this guy's outer skin is reflecting the light, where this guy, when the light hits it, his skin absorbs it more. And it goes into the deeper layer that's on his skin, and underneath his skin is like a yellow layer. So the more light that hits his skin, the more you see the underneath layer. That's how it works, yeah. Oh, can only perform through a camera. Well, that's true. Save. Let's do our camera and see how this looks now. So I think this is gonna do it. I think this is gonna be our image. We're gonna just leave this to render. I'm getting thirsty. This will be done in probably about 20 minutes, because I'm only rendering this at 3840 by 2160. I'm not rendering this at 100,000 by 6,000. So, all right, let's see if he looks his yellow now. He's probably not going to look quite as yellow as he did. Yeah, that's better. And that's much better. Yeah, so his skin is just not absorbing that light and bringing out his underskin. So what you can do is you can take his outer skin, and that's the one that diffuses the light. It doesn't let it in. And so if I take his outer skin and make it strong, it will diffuse the light and you won't see the underskin. And if I take his outer skin and make it thinner, then it will penetrate through, the light will easily penetrate through that skin and bring out the underskin. And so they both have these different kind of skin, two different layers of skin, and that are the most important. And I can make the underskin whatever color I want, and I can make the outer skin whatever color I want. And I can change the color of the skin, but they still end up with their, their moles and their freckles. It doesn't change that. It doesn't change it just changes the tint of their skin. It doesn't change the details of their skin. If they have moles, and if they have little freckles, or if they have birthmarks and the nipple colors, and it doesn't change that. It changes the tint of all that, but it doesn't change. And that's how you get the right tint that you need. See, this looks so natural, and this looks pretty good. It just looks different. Before they had the exact same like stock arm, the hair. You know what is really weird? I changed his skin altogether, and I think that was still there. That's still there, whatever that is. I can't change it. Whatever this is, it won't let me go in and edit his skin or look at it and find out what it is. So this is all very good, though. Okay, so I'm going to just let this render. Look at our wine glasses now. And those look very nice now as well. So this all looks like something is, it all looks very good now. Let's take a look at our trees. I put the sub D on the trees. Now look how they they angle. They don't look quite as choppy. See, that looks so much better. I didn't put it on this tree, but that's okay. It may have automatically put it on there when I put it on these trees, but sometimes it jumps across to other objects. When you put sub D on, you can see this lit this up just enough to kind of give it a little bit of detail. Now Now, I'm not sure why, but there is a light in behind here that's supposed to be lighting this up in here, and it's not doing a very good job of it, but it's okay. I probably should just place a little light in here and just have it light all that up to give it a little bit of light. These lights are awfully white. Just certain things that I notice here, they're awfully white. And I see this one I've changed to be, or at least it's different. Let's see, this one here is different, and that one is not. See, I have to go in and fix this, and if I stop this and fix this light and make it a little more yellow, then I should probably put a light in here to just light this area up and give this wood a little bit of detail. So let's cancel this. We got more to do. All right, so I think I'm going to just copy this and drag it over there, and so I don't have to try and match the light. Now look at this. This doesn't have sub D on it as well. See the little angles? And these should be round. So we're going to put sub D on them and fix those. Okay, close. All right, Control L. There's a light. Now we can see. Yeah, this is a whole post. Okay, so we're going to click on this. I'll call the bollard or bollard. We're going to go Edit. Okay, I'm going to save this before I do this. Sometimes sub D can just ruin a thing. And the only way to fix it is to go in and reinstall, reopen your project. That contains, which is not already, okay, so it's already got sub D on it. Well, there's more than one way to fix this. We're going to go in here and we're going to bounce up the sub D. I don't think it's on surfaces. Sub D is not a surface. It's it's in the parameters. I don't see it here. All right, well, I'm not going to worry about it. The bollard, I don't know what it is. All right, we're not going to worry about it. We're going to take this right here. We're going to delete it. This, we're going to duplicate it, edit, duplicate. All right, and then we're going to move that where the other one was. We're in, okay, parameters. Why? Why can't I move this? Oh, there we go, Z. There it is. We'll bring it over there. X. Z. X. All right, I have to make sure this is in the water. And I can't see the water. I can't see if it is or not. All right, let's go to here. That's about where I want it. I don't think this water shows. Yeah, it does. Let's, as long as it's in the water, I think it will be okay. Let's go back to our camera view and see what it looks like. No, I moved it right out of the scene. X. Okay, that's good. It's in the water. Now, and I didn't resize it. That's an important thing because your brain sizes things up, and if I were to make that say, well, I just want this one a little larger, then it's your brain says, huh? You know, even though your conscious mind may not say anything, but your brain does. Okay. Apply default. Okay, let's bring this up. Bring this back. And up. Out a little bit. Okay. Now let's go into Iray. See if we can light up the front of this area a little bit. Now they should both be the same color. Hopefully. Yep, they are. Now I don't see any more of them in the scene that I haven't changed. Okay. Now this light, we got to give this a little bit of power. Well, that lit it all up in there, but I'm not sure that I like the way it looks. It looks okay, but let's just bring it down. Okay, that's lit enough. A little bit on the red side. Make it a little more orange. So we have a contrast here, and here in this scene, if you'll notice, it's the red in contrast with the blue. This is a very classic coupling in a color scheme, okay? We got a little bit of red here, a red here, and a little bit of red there, and a little bit of red here with this blue, okay? And it's a very striking contrast that you can use to these reds with blue. It really is it's an amazing kind of thing. Now this light in here inside the cabin, I don't see where that is. Let's see. Spa, snow rocks, camera, okay. Winter terrain, rocks, ground, lantern, that's that lantern. Ground, rocks, and okay. Spa, pavilion set, tree group, steam plane. Those are the planes I added. I'm not seeing the light. Let's see if we click on this. So that's the spa. Here it is. Lamp group. Okay, we've got lamp. Okay, I don't think these lamps are working. I think I turned them off. They don't look good. Okay. Yeah, I turned them off way in the beginning. To take in and just to make it more of a cabin instead of a Japanese, because you know it you already get the idea of the Japanese thing. There's nothing wrong with the Japanese theme. It's just it doesn't that it I'm not really going for that in this particular case. Okay. So this whole lamp group can actually go. Save this. That saves us a little bit of now let's click on this again. Now we go into the pavilion here, surfaces, pavilion. This is where we're going to find possibly, no, this is it. Okay, spa house, house light. Okay, walls, roof, house light. What happens when we turn that off? Okay, it turns the spa house, okay, the spa house light. So this is where our light is. And I'm not seeing, oh, here it is. Luminance, and one of these is going to be our, okay, temperature. What happens if we bring this down a little more? Let's bring some more red into this. Yeah, see, now we just made that light red. Emission color. We can put a little more red into our scene. You see that? And that gives us also that contrast. Now this light here, we can do the same thing with that. Look how that just put that red on the water. Spotlight emission color. What if I do something like this? Okay, that's a little too much. What if we go here? This isn't going to put any light off, not enough light off. Let's go a little darker. And then now we're back to orange. Sorta, kinda. All right, now I have to kind of think this through. Let's see. Emission temperature. See, the luminance is here. I'm going to bring the luminance down a little bit. See, it's pink. It's not red. Which is okay, I guess. Well, we've got to do something with this then. And then I'm kind of thinking that I'm not liking it as much. I think I've got to keep it in the orange spectrum. It's just in the yellow. Yeah. Let's bring that down a little whiter. So it matches my other light. Kinda. I gotta bring the temperature up. Well, that really did it. Okay. I think they're going to bring the red into the scene enough. Okay, now they're matched. The yellow is matched. Okay, I think that's good. Now, another thing that's kind of interesting to do is this VDBs. VDBs. Control. Okay, let's take in this scene has got so much stuff in it. Let's take our lights, put them into a group together, create lights, so I have a little bit of room. All right, that gives me a little bit of room. Okay, props. Let's see, ultra scene, figure, scene, camera. Let's put the props right in with the scene. All right, we'll put the lights in the scene as well. Okay, and the ice can go in with the scene. All right, ultra scene water can go in with the ultra scene. Make sure. Okay, now let's volume effects, props. Let's see what this looks like. Volume electric. Texture shaded. Gonna look like a magical foreleg. We've got these, we've got those. I'm not really seeing what I want. I just wanted a kind of a fog. Column variant. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Let's turn off. That's a swell. I put a little swell, like little ripples in the water. Okay, now we have this. This is the steam plane. Okay, we're gonna unparent that, and then the steam plane. Okay, this is the old school way of doing this. There's like little planes that have like a steam on it, so it makes it look like there's steam in the scene. Well, this is 3D steam, so we're going to turn these steam planes off for now, and we're going to mess with some real 3D steam, okay? This may not work, and if not, I'll find something that does, but we're going to put real steam in here. Now, this may look really like a cloud of smoke, but if I make it very, very faint, it might work. See, this looks like it's kind of working in a way. What I can do is take the three things and bring them down a little bit. Okay. These are steam pipes. There's 3 pipes of steam that are coming in together. But 1, 2, those are steam planes. This is a steam column. What if I do this number? See, that is nice. That's 3D steam for you people. So, and I can make that more faint, more 3D or whatever. Let's put it over here so it doesn't interfere with our... Look at that. Now we'll just make that a little bit more. We go into surfaces here, and it's called... Is it parameters maybe? No, it's in surfaces. I think I have to do the 4 columns. Main smoke, yeah. Now down in here we'll find something called density multiplier. Well, I don't know if I need to do anything with that. It almost looks just fine the way it is. That looks really cool. Let's bring it over a little bit. And back just a little. No, I think that's about... Let's scale it. Now there's a special thing here when we scale it down, because when you scale it down, you're going to make it more thicker. And there's a special option here, which I don't know if it works. I haven't had a chance to test these out yet. Main smoke. We go in here and it says something like, where is that? Surfaces, main smoke, where it says, see, it says density relative to size. Okay, so it changes the density. Okay, so let's just take this multiplier and bring it down a little bit, so it's a little more transparent. This is really an amazing technology. This is much nicer than the other steam. And this one's already blue. Okay, so we're going to take and copy this, edit, duplicate. Okay, I have to go on this 4-leg column. Edit, duplicate, node hierarchy. Let's turn this back to texture shaded. And we're going to put another column back here. This is duplicated. I'm going to bring this over here, like in here. All right, and we're going to spin it around so it doesn't look like the exact thing, same thing copied. Y, rotate. All right. So now let's go back to Iray and see what he... Welcome, people. Arc Fury! Well, the thing is, it's a hot spring. It's, yes, they are underdressed. You'd think it would be very cold and not very romantic, but it's a boiling hot spring in the middle of, it's like Switzerland or something. Not Iceland. So yeah, Iceland is actually fairly nice temperature because of the hot springs. So a little lesson in geography. So, and some of these spas, what they do is they put underwater heaters in like a little teeny pond, and they heat it up so that so all you have, if you get cold, all you have to do is go into the water, and that is why we have steam. So that's why we're doing this with the steam. So, I think the steam is a little too blue, and I think maybe it's too blue. So I might make it a little bit whiter. We'll see where our color is on the steam. Main smoke, surfaces. See, okay, scattering multiplier. That's this. I don't know if I dare change any of these because that blue is not too bad. So, yes, it's a hot spring, I think, Uh, um, so that's why they're not minding it too much. So, yeah, I think that's the idea behind this. I think if the steam is working, I think. Now, what if we take another one and put it behind them and make like a giant column of steam behind them? Let's see what that looks like for a column. Let's edit, duplicate. Let's try it, duplicate node hierarchy. Okay, let's go to toxic, texture shaded. Let's see, parameters, up, X. No, this would go back here. And Z is back. All right. Let's scale this up. And rotate it so it doesn't look the same as the others. And let's see what we've got here now. I know. I can see where you're coming from because it does look awfully cold, like really cold. Yeah. So we have that. We have swimming pools here in Maine where I live, up in the ski resorts. And you're outside in the middle of the, like, winter, like all around you is bitter cold, frozen ice and everything. And okay, it's not showing much, so let's cancel this. Let's raise it up a little bit. Well, that's fine. It's nice to have you back, that's for sure. Thanks for coming back. All right, let's see what this looks like. This is going to look like, let's just really scale this up. Let's scale it like really large and see what it looks like. Well, okay, we'll try it in Iray, in an actual render, and see what it looks like. It's nice to have you back, Ark. It's very nice. So let's see if this, if I love working with these VDBs. I forget what they, volume something, I don't know what they stand for, but they're volumes. They're like smoke and effects, and they're just every kind of smoke shape you can think of, and I just absolutely love working with them. Okay, I think that's working. It's hard to tell in this render. But yeah, and it's not it's not in the way of the tree as much as I thought it might be. The only thing is that the smoke looks a little on the greenish side. This one looks blue. This one looks blue, but that one looks kind of greenish, but I think it's okay. It's really hard to make blue. Blue is such a dark color, and it absorbs light so much like a black hole. It just absorbs light. It doesn't reflect it back. And blue is, not only does it absorb light, it doesn't give off light. And the light that it gives off is like a very low wavelength. And so it doesn't go very far. It doesn't travel far at all. It's so blue is a very difficult color to use to light things with, because it just doesn't. Now this is taking. All right, we're watching these things now that I've put these VDBs in here. This thing is creeping along like a turtle. You know, it's doing a bunch of them and it just jumped from 20. It's going fairly fast. But you know what? I think I'm going to let this render. We're going to let this, just watch this render. I wish I could make this more, and I think what's happening is my spotlight is hitting the blue in the back and making it look lighter. but it's okay. It's not the worst thing that it's green, a little greenish there. They are kind of in a pool sort of thing. Now you see this little disturbance here. This is like a little clear like wave that I put in here because it looked just like flat water, you know. And there they are coming out, and so I put this little disturbance here. It's like a little film. It's like a plane that's clear, but it has like a water disturbance and it's round. And I put it in there to make it look like they're creating a little teeny bit of a wave. Just a little bit, you know, because otherwise it just looked like the water was flat and they were not having any impact on the water at all. Now, their skin is supposed to look a little bit wet. I actually have like water bubbles and things that I could put on their skin to make them they're you have to really work at it to make it look well. That's what art's about, is working at it to make it, to tweak it, to make it. And this program gives you so many things to do it, to tweak it with. So so it's not impossible to make them look. And their hair, their hair looks wet, but they look sort of kind of dry. And but it's okay. His nose looks like it's a little wet, and I'm not sure why. So his rouge is like way too strong, but it's okay. It's okay. The I just overdid it with the rouge. Didn't turn it down enough, and now it's kind of melded itself into his skin, and I'd have to change his whole skin for it, and it wouldn't be that hard to change his skin to something, just redo his skin, but I'm gonna leave it. They're outside, and they are a little bit cold, and if they're cold, all they have to do is go in the water, and the water is boiling hot. So that's why I put the steam here. Now look how this steam is. Look how real that is. That is 3D steam. It's not like little planes of steam that are all stacked around like a little like magazine Christmas tree. It's actually 3D particles that are in a volumetric field. It's called a particle field. These are really amazing. My graphics card, these things years ago, you'd put one of the, look how realistic that looks, really looks like steam. It looks like it's right over one of the hot water, um, you know, bubbles. It's just, wow. Wow, look, and these aren't rendered yet. This is going to become so, all these little specks will be gone. And it'll all be just like a perfect little steam coming out of there. So it's still rendering. This has got to go to, because of these little bits of steam and stuff. And I'm going to leave that in behind them too. So it kind of, there again, it's using that blue behind them, and they're going to stand out very nicely. He's in a kind of feminine pose. I've been using them a lot lately with my gay romance things. It's really beautiful. That kind of it's just really, really beautiful to see that kind of juxtaposition of the male and female together, embodied in the male. In the male expression. So it's very beautiful. Just really, because it is a very feminine pose. The way his hip is, and the way his head is laid back. it's just a very feminine. The way his arm is crinked up like that, and then this one is kind of down. So yeah, I've been using that. That's a little trick, okay? Because is to take poses made for females and put one of your males in that pose so that it's a little trick, okay, that you use to add a little bit of something more. And you don't have to do that. A lot of times you just want two very masculine poses, but sometimes you want to do this to show this kind of um, the beauty of femininity in masculinity. Um, so this doesn't look like it's actually sitting on the rock, but it's okay. This looks like it's sitting in the rock. Oh, and look at our ice. Our ice looks really good. Yeah, it looks good. So, yes. Yes, I think they are too. I think they're enjoying this. That's very nice. This is very nice. So they're very beautiful. As you can see, there's all kinds of little speckles here, and we're up to 600. This is going to have to go to at least 2,000 for all. And if I take this to 2,000, all of these little specks, the snow is pretty much done. Like this building, well, you can see that I've done things to this to make it harder for it to render. Now look how this is sticking out. This is more lit up now. So it's got just a tiny bit more detail. Putting the light up here, if I'd left it dark, it would be rendered already. But when I put the light now, it's got to figure all the little light rays. This looks like a tin roof, actually. It's got to figure all the little light rays. So I'm making it really hard for the computer on purpose. All this looks grainy. It's going to take a while for it to rectify all this graininess. This stuff is fine because this is getting the light from the sky, and the light from the sky is a little bit more direct. It's the light from and it's these which are going to take a long time for this one looks like it's going to need another 1,500 iterations before it becomes purely very smooth. And even over the water, it's like you can see the difference. This looks almost perfectly smooth here. This looks done, like it's just done here. This rock looks like it's done, but these are not. And their skin is not as well because they have a spotlight on them, and the spotlight is, think of the skylight, okay? The skylight is coming down, and it's coming down from like up about in this corner here coming down, all right? So the skylight is coming down, and then the spotlight is coming from across, from like straight on but down at their face. And the two lights have rays of light, and those rays of light are weaving together like a piece of fabric over them. Okay, the light from the sky is coming down and creating, this light is coming from the light of the sky. Okay, all those little light particles. And then the light from the spotlight, that's why they're all grainy like this. If I didn't have the spotlight, they'd be done. They'd be all rendered, but they wouldn't stand out. Okay, so it's because the light has to weave together like a piece of fabric, or knitting or something, where they have to knit together. The computer has to figure the rays coming from the spotlight while it's figuring the rays coming from the sky, and then it has to come up with the final product of those two together. And that's why you're seeing all these little dots that'll take a long time for them to become. This will be just as smooth as can be. And we're at 1,000. This should be smoother than this. This may have to go to 3,000. I might have to leave this all night, and it's because of these light things and these. See, this is starting to look a little bit more like smoke now. It's just, this is so beautiful. This is just, that's why I really, really love working with, and this is going to be like, kind of like a smoke in a way. It's going to be like curling and billowing above them. And I really don't like that, aquamarine. I like this blue much better, but what's happening is, again, my light that's on them is the rays are going behind them. I believe it's happening. It could be also that there's like a mountain here. There's rocks and stuff. And see, this light is coming in. You can see the rays of light coming in, okay? Well, they're not over here. There's like a bunch of trees and stuff blocking the light. So it's not having to interact with that. So this will render look at the color in here. This is just, oh my gosh, this color, these color gradients. This is so beautiful in here. So now my eye looks at this line and says, it's just too sharp. And, and I do have foam where I can put little bits of foam along the edge. Just so you know, there are things you can do about that. So little bubbles to make it, you can lay on the top of the surface, and you just have to kind of, you have to kind of warp them in so that they go up against the rock and follow that. But there are little bubbles and things in foam, and like what a boat does when a boat is going through the water, it makes what's called a crest, and where it pushes the water aside. Well, you can buy them. You can buy those crests, and so when your boat's going through the water, it doesn't look like this on the side of your boat. It looks like a crest. And you can buy them, and you have to take and fit them around the front of your boat, and then it makes it look like your boat is. And it's the same thing with like on a beach where you have water, and the water has come up to the beach, and you don't want the water. Yes, ripples. Yeah, and so you don't want the water to just come up on the sand like this. You want there to be foam along that water. And so you buy the foam, and you lay the foam up along the water, and then it makes it look like real sea foam. And it's like this stuff, it looks so real and everything, but you know what? It's not even, reality is so much more beautiful, but it comes close, and that's the thing is it does. This is, like I said, this is beautiful in here. And the way this smoke comes up, it's almost like I think of these Norwegian trolls and like Troll World and like Dwarf World, and all of that comes to mind with these colors. They summon up all these visual ideas of Iceland and all. It does really and a lot of this, like I could make this snow glisten more if I went into the settings. I could make it shine more and make it have like a kind of a glossier color. There's all of that's possible with this, and every little bit of realism that you add it's what makes people's eyes pop. And then this right here, notice how this has a shine to it. To me, that's a little too much shine. Okay. Now the rocks are fine. They're fine, but it's just a little too much. And I would, so I could go in and dial this shine down a little bit here. So those are just, but it's okay, you know? It's okay because it would be shiny. Yes, 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 shiny snow. And that's so that it glistens a little bit, you know, so that it sparkles a little bit. And snow does that. It sparkles a lot, and real snow just makes this look like crap, you know? It real snow is, but you know what? It's close enough, and it details and it dazzles the eyes. The eyes really look at this and say, and you know, I'm going to have to live with this not it's sitting on a rock, and so the rock may be kind of pushing that up a little bit, and this looks like there's a little lip on the rock where it sticks up, and it's kind of around the back. And I'm hoping now the light that I shown on this bottle and on this area, do these have names? Right now they do have names. I haven't given them actual names yet. So no, sometimes yes, ship names are beautiful. They come in real nice. I was going to say here that you'll notice there's a lot of graininess here. This hasn't rectified yet. This one is doing a better job at rectifying because I put a light on this and I put a light on the wine glasses. But the wine glasses, they rectified really nice where the glass is, but this rock is having some problems down here. And so this, I've got to wait until this is all. We're already over 1,500, and this looks like it's still got a long way to go. I would say this has probably got to render to 5,000. And so it's been going 20 minutes. 20 minutes isn't that long for it to be 1,000. And you know what? And there's another possibility too, that what I could do is re-render this at like a very large size, like re-render it at like 1,000. And right now I'm at 3840 by 2160 pixels. But I could render this by like 1,000 by 500 pixels instead. And what would happen is when you render it really, 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 really big, it gets really crystal, all the detail gets really, really, really sharp. And then when you shrink it down, you end up with all this massive detail in a very small image. So that's another tip right there, okay? It's probably one of the, because like this bottle, this looks like it's done pretty much. There's a little bit of graininess in here, but it looks like it's done, you know, pretty much. It's going to get sharper and everything, much sharper. And this looks really sharp here as well. There's a little bit of graininess up here, and a little bit of graininess in this line here. But this looks pretty sharp right now. This looks really sharp because it doesn't have the light from the sky hitting it, and it doesn't have any of these other lights hitting it. It's just got ambient light hitting it, and that's it. One light source, like ambient light. And so ambient light is the light that's all bounced around and finally ends up in the corners of things. It bounces all around and ends up in the corners. This is all ambient light in here because it's just bouncing off the snow and bouncing off this and bouncing off that and bouncing back and forth between these rocks and the snow, and it's lighting this. And so this is pretty much done as well. And this is ambient light in here. It's just mostly ambient light. So that's done as well. And this is ambient light in here. That's ambient light on there, even though that is picking up a bunch of other stuff, but it's just brighter areas render faster. Darker areas have trouble. Like if you'll notice up in here, this is lighter and it's almost all rendered. This is darker and it's not rendered. You see, so darker areas down in here, there's even more. Darker areas take longer to render because there's a reason why. Okay, why darker air? Because okay, why do darker areas take longer? I can't remember. Darker areas take longer because it has to do with the amount of light bouncing around, that the ambient light and all. But I can't really remember right now exactly what I've had it explained to me once before, but it's dark objects absorb light, okay, and so dark objects can sometimes take forever to render. Really dark objects. So like in here, this is really dark, okay? But this is rendered really nice because it doesn't have like crisscrossing lights. It doesn't have volumes like this. It's just ambient light. And so it's done already. Those parts are done already. It's not, these are not done, parts aren't done. Now look, these guys are starting to look finished. And what I'm going to do when I get this all done is I'm going to take it into a program called Filter Forge. Yeah, the hair looks wet, especially his hair. They both have wet hair. So their body's not that wet, but it does have a certain amount of shine. I could have made their bodies like really shiny, but then it makes it seem a little bit, I think the warm, dry look is kind of nice too. So, yeah, this has light all crisscrossing. They're almost done. Okay, now I'm seeing something kind of weird here. I'm seeing like a problem. Then it might require that I have to re-render this. Because see this line? There's something not right here, and it looks like his ear is a completely different color than his and this is only going to become sharper and sharper and sharper. There's something really, really wrong with his textures. This picture image I made a long time ago, and his ear is a completely different color and his face is a different color than the rest of his body. And I'm going to have to redo this. So what I'll do is I'm going to go and stop this here. Which one? The one in the back? Or the one in the front? It's hard to tell. The one in the front he's a Genesis 8. Well, they're both Genesis 8.1 characters. So I have to redo this. There's something wrong here, and I couldn't see it before, but now I can see it. His face is a different color than his body, and it's not a shadow or anything. It's his face. So we're going to cancel this. We'll cancel it. I'll save it the way it is. We'll take a look at it. Okay, this is called Spa Mountain. Spa Mountain wide. Let's save that. Yes, the one in the front is very, I think I have trouble picking between the two. I like them both. So now the what we're going to do is we're going to change the guy in the front a little bit. I hope you still like him when we're done. Let's see. Okay, the steam planes can go because we're using these. That's the thing about steam planes, they render almost immediately. Where these VDB volumetric things take forever. Okay, so we're going to have to click on this guy and fix his skin. This is Michael, and I don't know which skin I used on him. Nothing here is telling me that. Genesis 8 male, Michael HD. None of this is letting me know. It's like all been tucked away and hidden from me on what I used before on him. So it could just be Michael 8 skin. Okay, he's 8-1. So we're going to go here to figures, and we're going to put some other skin. He's going to look a little different, but I think he'll look better, okay? Especially with when I have control over his skin more. So let's see what we've got here. We can put any skin on him because he's all right, let's go to we already have Bruce. We're using Bruce on Dragomir. All right, Dragomir has really, really nice skin. Very high quality. He's probably Bruce and Dragomir probably have the best skin so far that of the figures that I've been and Dragomir is a Genesis 8 character. But his skin will work on the 8-1. Okay, and there's two of them. There's a low quality and a high quality one. The high quality one is really nice. So here we go. And you'll notice now that I think he's going to look a lot better now. This column here. Okay, I have to put this into Iray and see whether they match. Because I might have to go in and edit the skin here. I think you're going to notice that he's going to look a little wetter. Dragomir Smear's skin has a very nice sheen to it. Let's see what they look like. See if they at least look like they're matched. Like if their skin colors match. And I think they will match. I don't think I'm going to have to do anything with it. Yeah, it looks like their skin matches. Now let's get up close and see what his face looks like. Let's find let's go to Michael. One of them's name is Thomas and the other one is Michael. The one you like is Michael. Okay, he's an angel. Let's see. Now let's go to let's get up close to them and see what Michael looks like now. He's going to look a lot better. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, and I changed his eye color. I think I'm going to give him brown eyes. The blue eyes, I think, are a little distracting. They pop out too much. And I'm going to give him Gaius. We're going to give him this Gaius brown eyes. They're very realistic and okay. Let's take a look and make sure that they're showing. Okay, one of them they look cross-eyed. We gotta fix his eyes. You can't really see them, but we're gonna fix them anyway. Now, that's very nice. Very nice of you to say. I do too. Okay, we're gonna go to I wish them happiness. Side to side now. That's one. I think I'm going to leave that other eye like that. Okay, and look how beautiful the color of his lips are. All right, so they're nice and pink. All right, now that's Dragomir's textures are amazing. They give Dragomir light lips because Dragomir comes with a lot of makeup that you can put on his lips. And the lighter his lips are, the more effect the makeup will have. So they give you these really beautiful light lips for him. So he's very beautiful now. I can't give him. I wanted to give him the rouge again, but I don't think he's gonna. His stuff is gonna show up. Yeah, see the base colors? They're not showing up. There's a bug in this program, and so let's go back now to. I think that's the best I can do here with this. Now you'll notice the neck. Okay. The neck doesn't have that color line there. And your eye gets used to, you learns to see those things. And sometimes you don't really need a very detective eye, kind of. It just becomes obvious his ear is a different color than his face. And in the final thing, see, this is really nice how that looks now. Looks, and Dragomir, I think I'm going to change his eyebrows. So let's see, Michael. We're going to give him, now he has, what does he have for eyebrows? Okay, he has Michael 8 eyebrows. We're going to give him Dragomir eyebrows. Okay. Let's see, figure, hair, eyebrows. Michael 8. Where is it? Dragomir eyebrows are very nice. They're kind of low and fit really beautifully. There we go. Now they don't work. Nothing works all the time in every situation. You have to try stuff and see what it looks like. But that's much better, right? Almost looks like there's a line that goes from his eyebrow through his mustache. It's like a very nice, and from the camera, that's the way it's going to look. All right, so we fixed that. We have to save this. I just can't use that other skin because it has that that flaw, and this thing has a flaw. Now I'm going to click on this box. There's one more thing I'm going to try to do. I'm going to go to the base color, and I'm going to try to add some blue here to it and see if I can make it more blue than that. Didn't work. Edit, undo. Tell me that's going to go away. Texture shaded. Iray. Tell me I didn't just ruin that. Sometimes they don't go away and you have to I have to recopy it and bring it all back. Yeah, it went away. Well, let's see. We have, okay, surfaces. Oh, that's because I did the box itself. And I have to do the main smoke. Okay, we have flame legs, foot, core sphere. Look at these. Oh, these are our colors. Oh, we've got the box back again. All right, I've got to get rid of this. When I changed that, it changed it through the whole thing. So let's see. What if I turn this off? Does that all go away? Yeah, it does. All right. Delete. Okay, we're on the path of figuring this out now. This is the 4-leg electric light 3. Edit. Duplicate node hierarchy. All right, let's go back to, I figured something out here now. Texture shaded. Now we're going to bring this over like this. And here. And scale it. Scale the whole thing up. And part of it's underwater, I believe. Yeah, it is. Okay, we want some of it underwater where they join together and become one big. Okay, now this is what? Which one is it? This is this one. Now we have these different parts in here. This is the main smoke flame legs, top sphere illumination. Okay. These ones seem like they're low. And this is the top one. Okay, it's the top sphere surface. All right, now we're going to go into Iray and see what I'm doing here. Iray. This is the one I want to make bluer. It's kind of got this light blue, and I want it the deep blue. Kind of cheat a little bit, because this is where the light is hitting it and lightening it. So it's making it into kind of like a green. Now this, I want to move this over so that plume is right behind them, like that. It is kind of behind him. A little more. I think I moved it right back where it was. You can only see this smoke in Iray. Okay, I think that works. Now let's go back to the top sphere. What happens when I change this to a blue? Emission temperature. Let's go into the blue. It doesn't seem to be changing it. Let's try another one. Core sphere. What color is this? This one is that color as well. Let's go into blue again. One of these is bound to change it. I think that just changed it. Now I don't see that big. But let's go and, yeah. I don't think it needs to be that blue. Let's give it a little bit of white. Yeah, that just took that kind of aqua green away. Let's go to the perspective view and see if we can take a look at this now a little more. It didn't destroy it like... Let's bring this up more. Okay, and while we're here, we might as well take our box, texture shaded, and settle that down a little more on the rock.
And we'll lift this up a tiny tad. All right, let's go to this parameter thing here. Barrel, Y. I think that's a little too much. I may not be able to do much with that. Let's minus. Okay, this is like a lot. I think, I'm wondering if you hit control, if it will. It does. I think it becomes finer. No, it doesn't appear to be doing anything now. Like moving by microns. Let's get in here. Control L. Let's see if this is lit up more. Yeah, it looks like it's laying down. And like I said, this one's behind a kind of rill. In the rock. If I lift this up, then this side isn't going to be flush. I could move it all over and set it on this part here. Is that really where let's look at it from here. Yeah, it could get moved over, I guess. And no, I'm not going to move it. I'm going to just leave it because my light is shining on it. Okay, save. All right, this is going to do it. I'm going to leave this rendering all night. And tomorrow morning, it will have probably about 7,000 iterations. And it will be done. Let's go in, take a look, and see what this looks like, though. Now we have Dragomir's skin. Now you notice in texture shaded mode, you notice that their skin is a different color. This is a sign that something's kind of wrong, okay? Because texture shaded mode tells you about your transparency and your diffuse and how they are juxtaposed to juxtaposition to each other. And so which means that possibly one of their skin is has a little, maybe too much transparency and not enough diffuse. The other one has too much diffuse and not enough. This is how you tell if they're both roughly in the ballpark, is in texture shaded mode. That's how you can tell, because in texture shaded mode, all you can see is the diffuse color, your base color. And that's very helpful to get, so that you get the base color about the same with both of them. But I think I'm going to leave this, because this is the way these are from the factory. I just put on, and possibly they may not allow me to go into my skin manager program, because they maybe have bits and pieces of Genesis 8 and Genesis 8.1 for colors, and it won't let me go into this skin manager. They'll only let me go in when they have all the colors from one or the other. So but I think they're going to be matched, because I've matched these two skins together, Dragomir and Bruce, together before, and they work very well. Okay, so I'm going to save this. But I just thought I would let you know about this, because notice that he's a little darker than and he's a little pinker, okay? And you really want to get them about the same color, and then you work with your diffuse, with your transparency to blend the rest. So, but you start by getting their base color roughly about the same, and that puts them within what I call the same gamut. And I didn't make up that word, but I made that word for this purpose, um, to explain it in my own head. Is that they're almost like right now in different worlds, and I don't mean it in a racist or kind of way like that. I mean it in the sense where one of them is green and the other is purple, and they're not in the same world of brown and white skin. You know, they're in totally different worlds. And that's why you have to get them in when they're in uh, texture shaded mode. You have to get them in the same gamut, okay, so that they both have the same kind of transparency to their skin, and then you can mess with their internal colors and stuff. Okay, that's my opinion. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it works for me. Okay. Is to and you, when you set their skin, you don't want it really high or really low. When you set their base skin, you want their base skin to be a little bit like below the middle, you know, or like a good ways below the middle, but not like a lot. So that and then it gives you a little bit of headroom for your transparency skin. So this is it. I'm not going to stop this again unless there's something seriously I did wrong with the... I might have to stop it again if the transparency that I did, this smoke in the background isn't right, if isn't completely right. It looks right. It looks good. I don't think I ruined it, but we'll see. Yeah, see, look, this is right. It's not that yucky kind of aqua color. It's blue, and that's what I wanted. This is really nice now. I don't know what... Now, I didn't mess with the shiny rocks and all. Okay, now this is worse than it was, so I have to stop this. Much worse than it was. I don't know why I couldn't see that, but the ice thing is okay, but that's... Yes, cancel the render. It looks like this is going to be right. Can't close. Okay, what's up with this evil tray here? Perspective view. L. Let's try this. I'm not getting... I can't see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, when I turn it like this, it gets black. All right, so we're going to try this little step thing here. Minus. There it is. Okay, when we come up, it comes up. When it go down, so we're going to just stick it down in to the rock. And let's see if I can manually move this. There. I think that's good. Camera. I think it's going to be better save than it was. At least it's not a levitating tray. Oh, take care, Arc Fury. Goodbye. Have a lovely, lovely, sleepy night. Oh, and have a nice nap, I mean. Oh, very, very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the likes. I know you are quick to leave a beautiful like. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Have a very nice snoozy nap. And I will talk with you later. This is done. This is I think I'm going to be able to go to bed myself. It's nighttime. It's 1:30 in the morning where I live. So I'm going to stay long enough so you guys can see this rectify a little bit and see what our new skin looks like on this guy.
Notice how beautiful the color of his lips will be. He's just going to be like this beautiful pink. So it looks like our tape tray is right back where it was. It's like just kind of floating on the surface. I'm going to leave it. Good night, Angus, and say good night to everybody. Let's see if we can find. So, let's see. Oh, that's not Sigmund's voice. What happened to your voice, Sigmund? Hi! Yeah, Sigmund, that was Marlowe's voice. Hi! Yeah, say hi. Hello, everyone! I love doing that. And how about a little polka music? All right. So we're going to be going to bed. Look, their skin matches, though. You see? That's what matters. It's that they're in the same gamut, okay? I'll try to explain like gamut in a more subtle way. Like one guy's got purple hair, skin and the other's got like turquoise. Yeah, that's the extremes of it. But what if this guy's skin is kind of orange and then this guy's skin is like a clay gray? Okay. Now, if they both had clay gray, I could turn the sun on them and make them kind of meld together. But with when his skin is like orange, I could make the sun a little bit blue to offset that orange, and it would bring it into a kind of normal range, okay? Usually people don't have like orange. Some people do, but usually people don't have this really orange skin, okay? And so that's what we're talking. And then this guy's skin is like clay gray. They don't have to be exactly the same. And you'll see when this is rendered, they're not going to have the same skin color. This guy is going to have this really smooth sheen. It's going to look like silk. His skin is going to look silky all the way through here, like very silky. Okay. And this guy is going to look a little bit like have a little bit more rugged skin. Okay. And so they're gonna be different. Okay. And they're gonna have slightly different colored lips. All of these things you have to kind of work with. Okay. And this one is going to have his, and I think this has a lot to do with the underlying color and how they were different. Where notice his nipples are a little redder, like quite a bit redder. That can get so red that it can look unreal. Okay, like it just doesn't look right. And so, because they're just more natural when they're a little bit on the pinkish red side rather than the red, So the maroon red, it looks like they've got heart circulation problems or something. So, yeah, like me right now. I don't know why I look purple right now. So it might be, I think it's the reflection of this off my face. All this purple on the screen, all this blue. I've been looking blue all night. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is, so you can see the sheen coming out. This is going to be this silky sheen here. It's going to be sheen here. Very lot of sheen. Now, I don't see any line forming. The line is usually about here, and it goes right there. And this looks like it's a smooth, it's going to go right. The reason why it's a little darker here is because this is where his mustache picks up. But there's no line here. His ear is the exact same color as this. And his face. It's all the same
same shade, so to speak. So we've got it all working here. So yep, this is working. This looks like it's natural, like sitting on a rock. It could be, it's better than it kind of, this looks like it's going right into the, and this looks like it's kind of off the ground a little bit, but not really. It's just the way things sit on a rock. They don't just sit perfectly flat. They look like they're kind of off a little bit. So they're okay. I would like this to have been down a smidgen more, but it's okay. This looks like it's going into the rock. So there again, and I could have like changed the rotated a little bit so that this end was up a little higher than that end. It's okay. So it's all going to be fine. Now this this steam in behind them is a little bit strong. It's okay. There again, we have that juxtaposition of the blue, and it will rectify all these little speckles in here. I don't like that, the way it looks so opaque, but it's okay. It's okay. This doesn't look too bad here, and you know, we lost a little bit of detail in that. It was much more detailed before, and now it's just kind of like a gray smoke. But it's okay again. It's okay. It's there. There's a little bit of some kind of smoke there, and it will smoothen out, and it's going to look fine. It doesn't look as real as this does. So it's this is our light from that. It's somehow turning blue when it goes and reflects on the ground, but that's all good. So yeah, this is a very complex thing. We're getting some of this lattice work here in here, and that's real funky looking. And we're getting a little bit of this lattice work in here. This is going to become very, very, very detailed. It's going to become a very beautiful part of it. Look at this kind of leopard skin pattern. This is all very, 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 very nice. Look at this, kind of looks like a, I don't know, toothpaste or kind of thing, squirt. Like really interesting. So all of these are very interesting. So all right, I am going to let this render. As you can see, they're starting to clarify now. He needed a little bit of red on his cheeks. I can't do that. Now you can see why I put the red on his cheeks. But I can't do that now. There's something corrupted in this file that won't let me see and it's because this was created in an older version of DAZ Studio, and not everything works the way. You go to old projects and you open them up, and sometimes you have to take everything out and put it in and save it, and then start a new project and import them back in. And sometimes that still doesn't fix it. Sometimes you have to start over with new figures and pose them all over to, or save your poses and bring your poses in. I've had to do that many, many times to get rid of a corrupted project that's just gotten corrupted because it was made in a different earlier version, and there are just things that change, some things don't work anymore, some things work. Now look at what we have here. Another tray. I didn't even notice that there. Somehow I must have like brought two of them in. I don't know, maybe in case they have guests. And what the heck is this? I have no idea what that is. It looks like a towel, or a couple of towels. That's fine, you know. I just didn't even notice that before. This I probably would have gotten rid of. I don't know, but it's okay. It's just a little bit noisy. It makes it, I think it's a little bit noisy. But it's fine. It's something. It's fine. This is sitting on the rock very nicely compared to other things. So, but it's probably sunk down into the rock enough so that it just looks fine. And it doesn't look crooked. So this is all good. Now you see there's no line here. This is going to look nice. I see the smoothness coming out now. This silky kind of smoothness. This is all going to become very, very, very smooth. And very, it's like a silky kind of sheen on his skin. It's going to be very nice. So it may be even too silky looking, but they're wet. So it's kind of going to work into it. This may take forever to wreck. This is going to take thousands along with now this in back. This is going to take a long time to render. I really just wish I hadn't made that so blue. It looks terrible, but it's okay. It will turn into a deep kind of and what it's going to look like is going to be an area of shade. Okay, so it's going to work, and all these little specks will go away. They'll become very much finer, like a film, like this kind of looking right now. So this isn't what I expected it to turn out to be, but it would have been nice to have something like this in behind them, you know? So it just didn't work out that way. Because when I moved it over here, this light was hitting it. And that was the only way I could do it, was to try and edit the colors, and it didn't quite work. But it's still going to have, right now, we're probably not even at 1,000 yet. No, we're at 894. This is going to go to about 7,000 iterations. And each time it goes through a few iterations, it gets sharper, it gets clearer, it gets smoother, and more of the dots go away. So that's going to do it for me. Well, I've got this still in the background going, and that's it. So I've got to go get some water. Look at all this beautiful cold. Well, it's actually warm water. So, but this looks like it's starting to look a little bit more like smoke coming up. So it's giving a little bit of that kind of backdrop of the smoke. This is starting to look a little better too in here, and so is that. It's starting to look like billowy a little bit. So it may actually work its way out. It may actually work. So this may actually work for us. So I'm pleased with it. And the hair came out well. The hair on his arm is just right. It's going to rectify more and become much more detailed. So yeah, this is all good. All right. So very good. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this. I've got so much more stuff to show you guys. Hang out in my channel. I have learned so many things lately that are just really cool, and they're all going to come out in these projects that I'm doing. So maybe I'll do a few more of these, because I've been doing them kind of like offline, because right now, once they're done, the video's over, because I've got to render, and it's going to take hours and hours and hours for it to render now. Now, if these guys had been hadn't had this flaw in this project, I would have put a little bit of like color in their face, okay? Especially his, okay? So I would have put a little bit of color, little bit of very, very light, just enough to give it, and very, very subtle here, and it would have been maybe a little bit more stronger on his nose to make his nose red, and his nose a little bit red. So and a little bit of a line of color across here in this area. And this area, just a little bit coming across the nose, and boom, 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 like here. But it would have been very subtle, something you would barely notice, but just enough to give that little bit of detail in the face, okay? So, all right, very good, very, very, very good. And that's it. So, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. If you would like to join the channel, yes, click on the bell, and you will get notifications of the next time that I am here. Again, thank you for watching, and enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next video.